Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are finally starting back on our reactions. So we are watching today the Moonchase Festival, also called Moonlight Merriment, from early Genshin era. My notes say 2.1. I'm not sure what we have in store for ourselves today, but I've taken a look and this is a Lumion version, so we should be good to go. Without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Hey, guess who's here?
Ah, perfect.
Oh, no way! It's the Traveler and Paimon!
Hi, Shanling.
Traveler, welcome.
Whoa.
Good to see you. What can I get for you?
We want some blackback perch stew!
Already, I think this is the
All right.
most I've ever spoken to her
Blackback
dad.
perch stew it is. Make yourselves at home. It'll be right out for you in just a moment.
He seems like a nice guy.
I was just thinking about you guys, and now you're here! It feels like you heard my call and came running. You mean you were about to come looking for us?
Oh, Traveler's Electro.
There's something I want to discuss with you guys. Did you happen to see how the city looked on the way over here? Everyone's getting ready for the Moonchase Festival.
Oh, so that's what it's called.
Festival? Is that another one of Lua's ancient traditions?
I'm surprised I haven't seen one of these. I've seen
Moonchase
two
is a
lantern
big
rites.
festival where we celebrate the arrival of the fall by moonlight. The
Aw,
old
that
folks
sounds like
say
fun.
Thousands of years ago, this was the time of the year when the Adepti would seek the way.
Oh,
But it's
cool.
completely different nowadays. We eat our favorite foods, spend time with friends and relatives, enjoy the moon and the flowers. So much easier. Basically, we just do all the things that people like doing and don't take a whole lot of effort.
Sounds like a great festival.
Paimon's kind of festival.
Also kind of sounds like the opposite of Windbloom.
With your great
Funnily
taste
enough.
in food, Moonchase Festival is sure to be to your liking.
Oh, and she's sold.
Hey, if you got a problem with Paimon's taste, just spit it out. So are you guys free these days? I'm taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs. If
Ooh,
possible,
cooking competition?
I'd like you to be my culinary consultants.
Oh, she's definitely
That's
going
right.
to win, isn't she?
Getting some suggestions from friends will broaden your horizons.
Masterful Chefs, huh? So is that like a competition?
I get the feeling that she learned how to cook from her dad,
I
right?
guess you probably haven't heard about
That's
it
cute.
before. Every year, Moonchase Festival has a different theme, usually picked by the Qixing. This year's theme is Feast of the Bounteous Land, so the Qixing decided to organize a cooking competition.
Solid theme.
Feast of the Bounteous Land. Pretty much sums up what Leo is all about. Great theme. I totally agree. I heard it was Ningguang that came up with it. She's so amazing and so full of mystery.
So, what do you need us to do?
Well, I want to take part in the competition, but coming up with new dishes is hard work. By the time you
Really?
finally thought of something, cooked it, taste tested it, it can be hard to judge whether you're really into something or not.
She's so inventive.
So, I
surprises
was
me.
thinking, I could get the two of you to help by gathering everyone's thoughts on what makes a great dish. I really want to think outside the box this time. And to do that, I'm going to need lots of different ideas from lots of different people.
And we sure are good at talking to people.
We've got friends from all over the map, haven't we?
We certainly don't lack contacts.
Confident. Well, you know, not to brag or anything. But first things first, let's have a delicious one-man meal. After that, we can go around to all of our friends in Liyue and get their ideas one by one. Okay, great. Also, Golba should be back soon, so we can all go together.
Here's your blackback
Boba.
perch stew, folks.
It smells so good.
It's my pleasure.
After having a delicious meal,
That was so delicious. Theory confirmed. This is definitely chili pepper weather.
Xiangling can be a bit of a handful, so please look out for her while you're out and about.
Come on, Dad. Why would you say that?
Because I know you all too well, my dear. That's why. You mustn't be quite so reckless when you're out in the wild, you understand?
wasn't it the first time we met her that she
Do
tried to
well
eat a
be little more
cryo vine?
cautious, like our traveler friend.
I think I know exactly what
Don't
he's
worry,
talking
we're
about.
all friends here. Let's all look out for each other. Ah, and Gloma's back. Roly-poling around as usual.
Oh wait, that's such a
Alright,
cute
let's
image.
pack up and head out.
Well, but just rolling around. Adorable. One for the foodies, two for the show.
Outside the box thinking that we're looking for, right? Who unique perspective.
Hu
So
Tao!
let's make this our first stop.
Oh, yay!
What? My ears are burning. Did somebody say my name?
I love how Hu Tao is just as
Yeah,
delighted to
it's
see us
Paimon and the Traveler.
as we are to see her.
And Xiangling, too.
We've come to hang out.
Of course, Hu Tao. Way, way outside the box.
Meaning you're here for some other reason, right? How might I be of assistance?
Well, Hu Tao, I wanted to ask you, what kind of food do you like?
What food I like? Off the top of my head, I don't really have an answer.
You know, this is kind of interesting coming off the heels of this year's Lantern Rite, where they have a very close friendship. Because in the real world, it seems like the writers hadn't quite, you know, settled their relationship in that way yet. But I think it translates nicely to the in-game world, where maybe they didn't know each other quite as well at this point, but then over the years they become closer friends, which I think is kind of cute. But it's interesting to see how it definitely already feels like they have a different dynamic.
Wow.
They're not as close at
So
the
even
time.
Hu Tao gets lost for words sometimes. Paimon sure didn't see that coming.
Come on, even the chirpiest birds clock out for the night, right? I'm no different.
Pretty sure clocking out isn't something birds do, but okay.
It's okay, Hu Tao.
Right.
Just keep it simple.
There's no need to overcomplicate.
Guoba!
Just pick a dish and tell me what you like about it. I'm doing some market research.
I see. Launching a new dish? Well, let me say right off the bat, nothing weird. Okay, some poached fish, a side of shrimp dumplings. That is all you need.
Poached fish and shrimp dumplings. That's a bit ordinary, isn't it?
Well, it is and it isn't. Think about it. Poached fish is hot and spicy with a powerful aroma. It's a dynamic dish. Add a side of shrimp dumplings.
You know how we joke that Hoyo is a music company because of Hoyo Mix and all the songs they put out? Maybe it's a music company first, a game company second, and a food designing company third? I don't even know. They just always make me hungry with every quest they can. Why do they do this?
And there's your static component. Got it?
Dynamic? Oh, I can do dynamic. Mushroom slime stew it.
No, not that kind of dynamic.
Too
A
dynamic.
dish is more than substance, it's a mood. Poached fish is red and spicy. It elicits a response from the eyes, ears, nose, and mouth. That's why I call it dynamic.
Hu Tao is quite the
Shrimp
foodie, isn't she?
dumplings are
Wow.
more subdued, clear and smooth with a pure and subtle fragrance. I call that static. Combining dynamic and static is how you create a perfectly balanced meal. A union between opposite but complementary features coexisting in perfect harmony.
She could be a food writer.
Paimon
What are we
didn't
doing
follow
here? She
that
should be the
at
food
all.
critic
But at the
herself.
same time, it kind of sounded smart, so... Okay, dynamic and static. Opposite, but complementary. So is this just another way of saying you should keep everything balanced? You know, a little meat, a little veggie, a little salt, a little sugar?
Bingo! Except I don't think you need to have a sweet dish for it to be a complete meal. Personally, I always skip dessert.
Really?
Okay, I
Wow.
think I got it. At first I thought you were just goofing around, but actually you make a really good point. How did I ever doubt you, Hu Tao? Thanks.
Yeah, really, you don't
When
need
it
our
comes
help.
to
Just go to Hu
telling
Tao.
tales, the storytellers have got nothing on Hu Tao.
Sounds suspiciously like a compliment to me. I'll take it.
You're clearly a keen philosopher.
Well, at least one of you gets it. Everything in this
Paimon
world runs
just
on its own
complimented
set
you.
of principles. Be it the
Principles?
circle of life or sugar and spice. You either get it or you don't.
Since the Traveler seems to approve, I'll make sure to factor it in. Paimon thinks we're pretty much done here now. Let's head to Boo Boo Pharmacy next.
Boo Boo Pharmacy? Yeah, you'll definitely get some interesting responses over there.
Hu Tao being so
Oh,
mysterious.
It's you.
But we know what
Is
she's hinting at
everything
now.
Okay?
Hi,
Why?
Chi-Chi.
If it isn't the special
Chung
guest who
Chung.
seldom visit. Less busy than usual, I see. Yikes! What happened to Baiju's voice? Excuse me? The neck. Changsheng.
It's been a while.
Welcome, welcome. Here to procure an herbal remedy, I presume?
No. We actually came for the conversation this time. We're here to talk food. I'm entering this year's cooking competition, so I wanted to ask you both.
I
Wait,
wonder who judges
there's
this
3 of you.
competition.
I wanted to ask the 3 of you what kind of food you like.
Because if it's judged by the people, she'll win just by having asked
Most
everybody
astutely
what they want to
self-directed.
eat and then making
We
it.
shall surely supply our assistance. You need to know what food I like?
Does Chi-Chi even eat? I think she does, because she ate the
It's
food that
all
Yao
the
Yao made,
same.
right?
No flavor.
So she doesn't need to?
Chi-Chi has some gustatory dysfunction and can't taste any food. Make no mistake, she's not being uncooperative.
Oh, I understand. That's fine. Still, I'd expect Chi-Chi to have some sort of dietary preferences, though. There must be some dishes that you like the sensation of. Sensation? Yes. There's one.
Is it the milk?
Coconut milk.
Yep.
Nice and cold. Well, that doesn't help us. It's not a dish, it's a drink. How about you two? Any thoughts? I like bite-sized morsels of meat.
I agree with Changsheng. Many of our patients are the elderly and young children. They find large chunks of fowl or seafood difficult to swallow and digest. Dishes where the ingredients have been finely chopped, on the other hand, are far more suitable for them. We also see plenty of people with colds and sore throats who find it difficult to eat rich food. From a purely pharmaceutical perspective, I tend to recommend soups and stews.
Got it. Would that be medicinal soups and stews?
She should make a curry with a coconut milk base.
Medicinal soup. I don't
That sounds
like
really good.
it.
I must apologize for having such a one-track mind. It's a little difficult to think about food without worrying about the health implications these days. We've had quite the endless stream of patients recently. If you
Really?
ask me, I think the changing weather is to blame.
This is just like Lantern Right.
Everyone's input counts. Keeping it seasonal and suitable for all ages sounds like a pretty good idea to Paimon.
Important considerations for any chef.
Medicinal dishes have higher demands in terms of nutritional balance than the kind of food I normally cook. I don't usually focus on medicinal properties, but since this is for a competition, maybe I can score more points by taking both flavor and function into account.
I love seeing all the thought that
substance
Shanling puts into her
always
cooking.
better. Everyone will like it. It's a great suggestion. Thanks, everyone. You're welcome. As long as we could help. It's great to have a doctor's unique perspective. I'm feeling inspired.
Oh, good.
How you flatter me.
Receptivity to sensible suggestions make for a savvy chef. Oh, she is! Creating new dishes is Shangling's favorite thing to do. You can be sure she'll put lots of care and attention into
Aw,
it.
look at Guoba.
Everyone's got their hobbies, and mine is cooking. Usually I just go with my own ideas, but having a whole new perspective this time is sure to make a big difference to the end result. Great! That makes this whole trip worth it! Alright, time to move on to the next. So we've got an independent thinker's perspective and a health perspective. Next, Paimon thinks we should probably talk to some picky eaters.
Ooh, who do we think is a picky eater? Somebody with refined tastes?
Oh, it's the traveling
Uh-huh.
Paimon. And Xiangling. Greetings, friends. It's been a while.
But the fact that Beto is
Hey,
talking to
what
both of
brings you
them
here?
does make me think that
Has
something else is
something happened?
happening.
What's with this great big stone on the ground?
Long story. So, just to confirm, I will assume responsibility for handling this stone of unknown origin. Any
Uh-oh.
objections?
What's inside
I'm
it?
here. You know how to get things done, Kuching. As long as it's with you, I can rest easy knowing that it's in safe hands.
Kitching, what's inside
Should
it?
I take this to mean that you doubt the relative safety of leaving this in the hands of the Tianquan?
Huh? Well, for starters, Kuching is the one who's always out running errands, rain or shine. Besides, you don't seem to give a wooden more about this whole thing anyway, so what's it to you?
Oh, their relationship
was
is
merely
also in a
joking.
different place.
You, meanwhile, seem only too ready to pounce when an opportunity to publicly lambaste me arises. Even when it means giving our poor mutual friend here the cold shoulder.
Is this
By
a bad
no
time?
means. You wish to know about the stone, I presume. Then let me invite the great seafarer Captain Beto to tell the story, if she would be so kind.
You... Fine.
It is actually really cool to see
Well,
these earlier stages
it's a
of
big one,
the various
right?
relationships.
And such a smooth surface, too. Makes you think there's gotta be a good chunk of jade in there.
It was found by a fishing crew, not far off the coast. It must have been underwater for years, so the erosion will be what's given it that smooth finish.
I love how they
Finds
built this
like
whole little house
cannot
for
be
it.
kept as private property, and must be submitted to a holder of public office. Placing it into our custody will also give them peace of mind.
So,
Why?
what's inside it?
Are people worried that it's an evil
we've
rock?
hit it with just about every weapon we could get our
People
hands
worried
on
it'll
and
get
haven't
stolen?
managed to even dent it yet. Clearly there's more to it than meets the eye.
No weapon could smash it open. Wow. Paimon doesn't think we've ever encountered a stone like that before.
I bet there's another Paimon
Cushing
in
has
it.
taken an unusually keen interest in this giant stone, which is why we are leaving the matter in her capable hands.
Let's put that aside for a second.
Does Kuching
Traveler,
like rocks?
what brings you here? Were you looking for someone?
Actually, we were looking for all of you. We need all hands on deck here.
It's a food
Oh.
emergency.
Hopefully not
Koba!
because there's been some sort of cataclysmic event.
No, nothing like that. Paimon's just getting carried away. I just wanted to ask everyone about their food preferences.
Food preferences? That's a little unexpected.
I have rather simple tastes. Precise, pure, smart, and sophisticated. That is all I require.
Yes,
That's
simple.
your idea of simple,
Indeed.
huh?
I summed up my culinary requirements in 4 words. Is that insufficiently simple for you?
A few weeks out on the open ocean would fix your flawed definition of simplicity, let me tell you that.
I'll say it is
What
simple,
about you, Beto?
but certainly exacting.
If it's freshly cooked and piping hot, that floats my boat. If it's got a little chili pepper in there too, I'm one very happy captain.
Paimon thought you would have said bar food.
Oh, bar food works too.
As for me, it's got to be seafood.
Okay, got it. So, seafood, piping hot, and, simple but sophisticated.
Not a lot of overlap.
And that's where I would disagree. Traveler, surely you've heard of golden shrimp balls.
I sure have. I think that's a recipe we even
my.
have.
They're my favorite.
Oh,
You need to wash and
Kuching likes the
devein
idea.
shrimp, wrap it in finely sliced potato strips, then deep fry it to perfection. There's no room for cutting corners. They're very precisely put together. They taste pure, the presentation is smart, and the skill needed to cook them is highly sophisticated. It fits Ningguang's forward summary to the letter. Huh. So what you're saying is, for all the frills and trills, good food is all the same at the core?
I heartily agree. Golden shrimp balls are a prime example. Their essence lies in combining art and nutrition in a single package. It is a dish of true value.
I still like the curry
Okay, got
idea.
it. So Kuching loves golden shrimp balls.
We need to get some Chi-Chi
I
some
didn't say that.
coconut milk.
Did I?
You sure did, Kuching.
No, at least not outright.
Just not in as many
Alrighty.
words, yeah.
Thanks for all your input. I'll be sure to take it all into consideration.
Hi, Quoba.
Traveler, Paimon, do you have anything planned after this?
No immediate plans.
Good. I'd like you to help me investigate something. It's about this stone.
Have you tried
You
knocking
picked the
on
right
it?
people for the job. We investigate stuff all the time.
My
Have you
thoughts
tried
exactly.
Have you tried
The
trying to
chieftain
clip
has
through
a public
it?
duty to deliver our final verdict to the fishermen, but there are also some things I would like to investigate on a personal level. I'm sure you've become acquainted with the general background of the Moonchase festival. However, I have my own understanding of this festival.
Oh, maybe the decorations are for the
My
Moonchase
grandfather
Festival.
was a researcher of Liyue's traditions.
Oh, cool.
In his notes, he indicated that there was a deity called the Stove God in ancient Liyue, which people paid tribute to at a certain time of the year.
Let me guess, with
Very
food?
few written records make mention of the Stove God, and those that do are notoriously confusing. Some scholars believe that the Stove God was just another title held by the Lord of Geo, but others suggest that this was a different deity altogether.
Could this be another
One folktale even
pre-Archon
claims
War
that the
god?
ancients found the Stove God's shrine, but there was no statue. Only a huge, smooth slab of stone. Shortly after it was found, the stone was lost in transit, and it hasn't been seen since. This stone here has all the same features, so I suspect it could be the one that went missing all those years ago. After
That
many years of
fossils being
researching
the clue?
ancient texts, my grandfather came to believe that the practice of paying seasonal tribute to the Stove God may be best described as a festival. He called it the Stove God Festival. That would make it the forerunner to the Moonchase Festival we know today. But
Okay.
this is all just theory and conjecture. To prove any of it, we'd need to start by identifying who the Stove God really was.
To
Now
see
that Rex
if they were
Lapis
their
has
own
passed
entity or
on,
not.
and Liwa has
Rex
entered the
Lapis.
age of humankind,
Again.
his successor should continue to respect our nation's culture and traditions, just as he did. That's why I think the responsibility for this situation should fall to me. It's a chance to shed light on our history, revitalize an ancient tradition, and possibly prove my grandfather's hypothesis along the way. With any luck, we'll nail all three in one fell swoop.
Right, isn't
It
her
was
role
just a
among the
couple of days
Qixing
ago
like
that we
the
received this
cultural leader
stone.
or something?
Right after we
that
decided to
accurate?
use food as the central theme for this year's festival. It makes me wonder. Maybe a divine will is at work behind all of this.
3 birds with 1 stone, huh? That's pretty efficient, even for cooking.
I'd love to help, but I'm in the middle of a
don't
commission
worry
for
about
Shan
that.
Ling.
This sounds super important, so don't mind me.
I mean, I bet we could do
Besides,
both
we're
at
only-
once.
Wait a second. I got it!
What? Why are you shouting?
Ka-ching, can I tag along for your investigation?
But
Since it's all about the Stove God, I might get to learn something useful about cooking along the way. It'll be great inspiration for me in the competition. Please, let me come along. I promise I'll help.
if it means that much to you... Okay, I suppose you can come.
Really? Yay! Thank you so much! You're the best!
Shan Ling is so
Now that
cheerful.
that's settled, time to get going. Jingsa Village is said to be home to a lot of historical texts, so I'd like to start by making some inquiries there.
Alright, then it's off to Chingsa we go! Hi, Granny. We need your help with something. Are there any old books around Chingsa Village? You know, from a really long time ago?
Oh, looking for ancient texts, are we? Let me think.
Yes, the
There
ancient
is
texts.
an old warehouse over there, property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Oh,
Many books are stored inside, those that they have no room for at home. In fact, their youngest comes over this way to read sometimes.
I wonder if this is a new
The
development
Feiyun
since
Commerce Guild
Xingqiu's story
youngest?
quest.
You must be talking about Xingqiu.
Paimon didn't know they had a warehouse here. Let's go take a look.
I've come here to clean the book warehouse plenty of times before, but this is the first time I've run into these crooks.
Let me guess, treasure
Are
hoarders.
you alright?
Whoa, but where are you
I am,
going?
Thanks to all of you. Hey, wait a minute. You're the traveler, aren't you?
Hi.
And you're with... Lady Kuching. An honor. Truly an honor.
We'll try not to take up too much of your time. I understand that this book warehouse is the property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Could you advise whether we might find any text relating to the Stove God in this collection?
I wish I could have my own book
The
warehouse.
Stove God? I heard that's the Lord of Geo, right?
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
Kuching did
A
say
friend of
that
mine who
some people
conducts
thought it
research
might be the
mentioned
same
it once
person, right?
before. We use stoves for cooking, and stoves
Thank
are
God,
built
at
from
least.
rock. Some people think that the stove is a gift from the Lord of Geo. And that's why they call him the Stove God.
Seems logical enough.
Seems pretty straightforward.
But do you have any books on the topic?
I'm sorry, I'd have to ask the young master about that.
I'm sure Xingqiu knows.
questions?
There he is!
Ask away.
Hi.
Hey, it's Chungyun and
Chungyun!
Xingqiu.
Hello, one and all.
Whoa. Whoa, his voice! Was this his first time being introduced?
Hey guys, what are you doing here?
I was bored with
Ooh.
nothing to do, and thought I'd come out this way
Besides
for
his
a bit of
hangout, of
reading.
course.
And then I thought, why not bring Chungyun along too?
Yes. I'm just along for the ride, really.
Is this my first time
I
hearing
see
his
the
voice?
Yukon
Because
Kuching is with
usually
you.
I've been hearing him in Chinese in the
Whatever brings you here must surely
reunion
be a
event, whatever
matter
it's
of
called.
grave importance.
Master Xingqiu, if I may be so bold, do you happen to know if there are any texts on the subject of the Stove God among this collection?
Since I personally selected which volumes to store here, I do have some recollection of their contents.
I would hope
If
so.
my memory betrays me not, there is one volume among them called Demystifying the Legends of Liyue, which mentions the Stove God.
Is that something in the
Might I
archive?
take a look?
I don't think so. Is it?
If it pleases my lady, I shall lead the way. Sheng, I will take care of things here. You're free to go about your own business.
Xingqiu and Kuching go to the book collection to check out
So did you find
the
it?
books, presumably.
Yes, Master Xingqiu has quite an exceptional memory. Demystifying the Legends of Liyue does indeed mention the Stove God. However, it
However,
says the following. The body of the dragon wielded a tail that could eclipse the sun, and claws to command fire and teach the ways of wisdom. Receiving the gift bequeathed unto them, humankind cooked food with fire, and thus did they prosper.
so this god is more aligned
of a
with
dragon?
fire
The
than with
stories
stone,
about Rex
right?
Lapis say the same thing.
But it is a
That
dragon.
much is true. But this is the only passage in the whole book. If we want to find out more, we'll have to continue our investigation.
Did you guys read that whole
There's
book
nothing
while we
further
were
to
out here?
discover here. It seems we'll have to look at other options.
I come from a long lineage of exorcists, and our family too has amassed a number of ancient texts. Now that you mention the Stove God, I seem to recall reading somewhere that this god once appeared at the Guili Assembly.
The Guili Assembly.
Of course, I can't say if it's true or not.
Books are penned by people. All they can do is show what the author was thinking. Everyone's mind is different, so every book on a given topic will give a different account. I apologize that we could not help in a more substantial capacity.
Well, could we check out that
Your
second
help
book?
thus far is quite ample.
Guoba!
Liyue is a vast and rich land. All things that existed here in the past have left their trace.
I wonder what he's
So
doing.
long as we do not abandon our search, it is sure to bear fruit eventually.
He's just
Thank you
wandering
all.
around.
We will continue our investigation elsewhere.
Seems he's a surprisingly
I had a
free-spirited little
question,
guy.
too. Xingqiu, Chongyun, could you tell me what kind of food you like?
Food? Oh no. You're not thinking of taking part in the Masterful Chefs, are you?
Why, are you?
Yeah, I totally am. What's wrong? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
Shangling, this is a major event. I beg you, please don't cook anything strange for this competition.
Oh
What do you mean strange?
Mushroom slime stew, to give
Oh.
one example.
no. Oh, I think that's where I draw the
Fair
line.
enough. That dish isn't my
Oh,
most
no.
popular. But that's why I'm doing all this research, so I can create some really special dishes to win everyone over.
That one does sound
Well,
kind of
in that
awful,
case,
Xianling.
I like cold food.
Cold food.
Because you can't handle hot and spicy, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
I love
My
how we're
tastes are on the
apparently
mild
just meeting this guy, but Paimon
I
knows
prefer
this.
gentle dishes with minimal seasoning. Soups and stews,
Did you just do a flip, Guoba?
vegetables and broth, seafood or freshwater fish, either boiled or steamed. These kinds of dishes I am most partial to.
He seems to be trying to get our
No
attention.
surprises from the Gugua Geek. Okay, another mild child. Got it.
These
Xianling,
are
don't
just
tell me you
personal
find that
preferences,
boring.
And everyone's are quite different. Are you sure this eclectic mix of opinions will be of any use?
Of course. You're my customers, and putting a smile on customers' faces is my calling as a chef.
I wonder how she can
Though
satisfy
Xiangling's
Beido's
market
hot
research
and
blade
spicy with
stabs often
Chongyun's
into the
cold
dark,
and not
her
spicy,
heart never
and
strays from
Xingqiu's
the
mild
noble
all at
path.
the same time.
If anyone can win hearts and minds with their cooking, it's gotta be someone like
She just has to make
Xiangling.
multiple dishes
She's
at this
got
point.
pure intentions and really cares about the customers. No, where's all this praise coming from? Knock it off, guys. You're embarrassing me. Sorry for holding you all up. That's all I needed to know. Shall we carry on with the investigation now?
This is like the
Over to
Xianling
you,
story quest
Cookie.
event.
Where to next?
So we've learned the Stove God allegedly made an appearance at the Guili Assembly. But today that place is largely a wasteland with few traces of human activity. Wangshu Inn is close by, so let's stop off there on the way over and see what we can find out.
I don't know what
Forgive
she's
us,
expecting to find
for
at
this is where we
Wangshu Inn,
must part ways.
but I think she will find
May
something
your
there.
journey be a smooth one.
Just the way this.
Yes,
Aw, thank you,
best of
Xingqiu.
luck. If you run into any difficulties, come and find us. We'll be only too glad to help.
Thanks, everyone. I do think we'll find something there just because the way this game works.
Wangshu Inn.
We always just find stuff places, but if you're trying to find information on an ancient civilization,
Who are all these people?
I don't know how a modern inn will help.
Ours. Allow Paimon to introduce Xiangling, Guoba, and Kuqing.
Kuching? Of the Chishing? She's
Hi.
Hi. No need to be so nervous,
It's not
Yanxiao.
that. It's... I mean, I'm just your typical commoner. I've never met someone as high up as the Yuheng before in my whole life.
Look at that strong body, those powerful hands, and honest eyes. This guy must be a really great chef.
So, is there something I can help you with? You've come a long way out to end up at Wangshu Inn.
Let me fill you in.
Kajing tells Smiley and Xiao about the ongoing search for information regarding the
okay.
Stove God.
I see.
Legends claim that the Stove God once appeared at the Guili Assembly.
Hi, Guoba.
As Wangshu Inn is the oldest extant building in this area, any historical texts from around these parts are likely to have ended up here. Is there a room in this inn for storing books? And
That's
if there
actually
is,
really
do any
clever.
of them mention the Stove God?
Well, now that you mention it, we do have a fair few ancient texts here.
Just casually lying
I remember
around
looking through
the
an old
ancient
recipe
texts.
book once. I just need to remember where they're all stored.
We could ask the
If
boss.
you are happy to wait here for a few minutes, I'll go have a look right away. Oh, Traveler, there's something I need to discuss with you.
You're not haunted
What
again,
is
are
it?
you?
We need to pay up or something?
What? No, I wouldn't take your money. We're all friends here. I just wanted to ask if you had the time to make a satisfying salad for me.
A satisfying salad? What for?
Could it be a certain person comes to
Yeah,
mind?
guy who hangs out on the roof terrace, you know? Good-looking fella, not too tall.
What about almond tofu?
Don't you think he can hear you?
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, you know who I mean.
Yes,
the boss
why
told
the
me to take care
salad?
of him, but this guy, let me tell you, he is one tough nut to crack. He usually turns his nose up at everything that isn't almond tofu.
Oh, Xiaoling is
But
going
the
to take
boss
it as a
tells me he
challenge,
once made him
isn't
a
she?
satisfying salad, and it all went down so well. So I was thinking, could you teach me how to make it too? That way, I'll have something else in my arsenal.
Oh, so this is for show. You guys really look after him, huh?
It's
Well,
really
that's
sweet,
life, right?
actually.
You gotta look out for your own people.
Sure, I
All
can
right,
help.
then. Wait right here. I'll be just 1 minute.
Clock is ticking. 59, 58.
Don't time him,
Sorry for the
Paimon.
trouble, Traveler.
Don't mention it.
Okay.
After a while, Smiley and Xiao comes back with an ancient
Here you are.
tome in his hands.
Thank you ever so much.
And while she reads, we can
While
cook.
Kuqing's reading her book,
Oh.
let's make that satisfying salad. Xiangling, what are you gonna do?
Wanna help?
I'd love to come watch too, but I don't want to get in the way, so I'll just stay here with Kuqing.
Aw, okay.
Shall we go then?
Go ahead and get started. I'll just watch from over here. I only need to watch you make it once to have it committed to memory.
I feel like every time we're in this
Alright,
kitchen, we
thanks
end
for
up
that.
making something.
I think I've got it now.
You
You're
got
a
all
very
the things down, right?
smart chef.
Of course.
You can pick it up just like
Don't
that.
forget, I am the best chef around these parts.
I have no
Let's
doubt.
see what Kuqing and Xiangling are up to. Kuqing, Xiangling, we're back.
Have they been possessed
You
by the
finished
book?
cooking? Good timing. We finished our reading too.
They were just staring into the
And?
corner.
Useful? Or no?
Useful. There is a passage concerning the Stove God, and it's not what we were expecting. I quote, 60 miles to the northwest is the
I love
Guili
Guoba.
Assembly. Many were settled there, where they hunted in groups, farmed the land, and made their living from what the soil yielded. When the Stove God descended, one god became many, all of which were the height of children. As
Ooh.
does a star when it descends into the world, so the Stove God went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. With fire, the people at last learned to make hot food, and they dined on rice congee and cooked meat thereafter.
So somebody who
This is a
can...
radically different account from the one
duplicate
given in
themselves?
demystifying the legends of Liyue, and also a conflicting one.
One god became many. Does that mean there was more than one stove god?
I was thinking of
Taking the
somebody who
text
could
at
like
face
divide
value,
themselves
That is what it says.
into multiple
Went out among the common
copies.
folk and taught them to create fire. So did the stove god really go and teach people how to cook firsthand?
Now that's a god who truly cared for their people.
So we've got two leads, but they contradict each other. How do we know which one to believe?
I would go with the
By
ancient text
continuing
over
our
the more modern
investigation
one.
and reserving judgment for now.
But we should also get more
Thank you for this
sources.
text, Yanxiao.
It's my
Where
pleasure.
else can we
really.
go?
Think nothing of it. If anything, I should be thanking the traveler. Listen, you've helped me an awful lot. Not just today, but in the past, too. I want to make it up to you properly, and as it happens, things are pretty quiet here today. So I'd like to take the chance to treat you all. What do you say? Will you stay for a meal?
That's very kind of
Wow,
you.
he sure sounds confident in his cooking. I like that. Confidence is one of the best ingredients a chef can have. I really want to try his cooking. I say we take him up on his offer.
Keqing, can you spare the time?
It's hard to refuse a generous offer like that. Yes, I think we can fit this in. Yanxiao, we await your culinary creations with great anticipation.
No pressure.
I won't disappoint.
I wonder what would happen if we
Everybody,
set the
close
rock on
this
fire.
thread.
You think you own the place.
If the god
I'll
is a
sit here with
fiery
Boba.
stove god. Aww. Hi, Goba. After some work, Smiley and Shout arrives.
Here we are. That's everything you ordered.
Oh, are those shrimp thingies? Look at her face.
Smells amazing. I think I've met my fellow finalist.
Oh, he might enter the competition, huh?
Smells beautiful.
Strange. I never would have guessed that such a gifted chef worked here. This inn isn't particularly known for its food.
Everyone likes a good meal, whether they're staying the night or just stopping by for a bite. We call it an inn, but the fact is it's much more than that. We have to cater to all aspects of daily life to make this a true home away from home. Please enjoy your meal at your leisure. I should get back to work now.
Thank you for the meal.
Are you taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs?
Huh? You too?
Yep, I've signed up already, and I've got my eyes on the prize. Your cooking's
What
delicious,
is the prize,
Yanxiao.
do you think?
I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the final.
Huh.
A cash prize?
Interesting. All right. I'll see you there.
A new stove?
What was that? Some kind of power move?
I think she was being
No,
friendly.
it seemed more sportsmanlike than that.
Yeah.
Yep, he's a really talented chef. His food was excellent, and it showed he has a level-headed personality. That's the kind of chef that could be a match for me. I haven't had any competitive cooking experience since my cook-off with Brooke in Springvale.
When the heat is on, you'll rise to the challenge.
You're too kind. Groba, what are you doing?
What is he doing? Did he eat all the
Globa's
food?
eating the...
Those were Kuching's. How could you steal them while she wasn't looking?
Oh.
My golden shrimp balls.
Oh no.
Panda, bad! You ate every last one? Ugh, Groba, we've been through this. When we're with friends, you gotta be on your best behavior, okay?
The face of no
I'm
regrets.
so sorry, Kuching. I promise I'll make it up to you. What's the big deal? We can
That's
just
the
get
face of
another
devastation
plate.
on her face.
After all, it's Yanxiao's treat today. It's not the same, though. The moment's gone. Sure, you can eat something else, but you can never go back and change the feeling of despair as your food is snatched away from right under your nose. The dining experience is a trinity of emotion, food, and atmosphere, and you've got to have all three to make it work.
Wow, her culinary
To say,
professionalism goes even beyond the food.
That is a very accurate appraisal of the situation.
She's so
I'm gonna
upset.
make it up to you, Kuching. Is there anything you want to eat? Anything at all. Whatever it is, I'll make it for you.
Just the same dish.
I don't have high hopes for this, but equally I don't want her feeling guilty. Okay, I'll let her do this for me.
Aw.
If you insist, there
nice
is
of you.
one dish that perhaps you could try making for me. It's an old recipe from my grandfather's notes.
Oh, our next lead, perhaps.
May I see it?
I'll get it to you when we're back in Larua Harbor.
Oh, that's cool. An ancient
Traveler,
dish.
have you finished eating?
Sure have.
Before we do anything else, let's head back to Larua Harbor. I need to fetch something.
The recipe?
I need to go home to fetch my grandfather's notes. Let's meet at Wanman Restaurant later.
Great! I'll go get everything ready. Traveler, what about you? Are you gonna do your own thing for a while, or do you want to come in and have a seat?
I actually have something to discuss with her. You go ahead. We'll join you later.
Ooh,
Okay,
mysterious.
Traveler, come here for a moment.
Oh, what's
I
up?
need your advice on something. What do I need to do to get along with Xiangling?
Seems like you're getting along fine.
Seriously? That's what's stressing you out?
What's so strange about it? Why are you looking at me like that?
You're super smart, and you're always so sure of yourself. Paimon thought you'd never need advice from anyone about anything.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Xiangling's always so warm and friendly with me. This time especially. And now she's desperate to do me a favor. So, is that supposed to mean... we're friends already?
Yes.
I'm just not
By
used
now,
to dealing
yes.
with people who are so warm right from the get-go. How exactly am I supposed to respond to that?
Just smile back once in a while.
Okay. Noted. Thank you, Traveler. I'll see you again shortly.
See you soon.
What's making Kuching so self-conscious? Paimon thought nobody would be able to get under her skin.
I'd like to hear what Xianling thinks about this.
Hey, we're here!
Hi,
Hey,
Guova.
grab a seat. I'm just running through my ingredients to see what I'm missing.
Xianling, can I ask you a question?
Oh, we're gonna do this now? What is it?
Paimon can explain.
But this is your idea! Why you gotta dump it on Paimon? Ugh.
It's because you make such a good team.
Okay, so back at Longshu Inn, we noticed you and Kuching were getting along pretty well. So you really like hanging out with her, huh? Yup. Kuching's good-natured and easy to be around. The kind of person everyone wants to know, right? You're a braver person than Paimon. The first time we met Kuching, Paimon found her pretty intimidating.
She does
You
have a
think so?
formidable
I remember
presence?
thinking straight away that she was really easy to get along with. Didn't you see her sneaking treats to Goba back at Longshu Inn?
Aww.
Yeah, she's great. We know that now. We're just talking about first impressions. First impressions? Oh, okay. Hey, have you guys eaten grilled shellfish before? They can be hard to crack at first, but they taste amazing that way.
This is a
eaten
metaphor.
shellfish before, but I don't think we've ever tried eating them grilled. Oh, you're missing out. I'll grill some for you another time. But anyway, Kuching's like a shellfish. Maybe a little closed off at first, but once you get to know her, she's got a soft and squishy side too. Not to mention that even after her favorite food was stolen away, she was still happy looking after Guoba. I'm really grateful for that. You make a good point. You
She's a really nice person, isn't
Xiangling's
she?
intuition for people seems really spot on. Is that why she took a liking to Kuching so quickly?
I think so.
All right, let's see. We're okay for carrots and crab, and we still got some ham and mushrooms. I wonder what Kuching's recipe is gonna be. Huh? What was that noise?
Ooh.
What's going
Why
on?
does that sound like a dragon? Did they break the egg?
That bird is huge!
The egg stone egg?
Ladybird!
Cloud retainer?
Excuse me. One shall not be addressed in such a manner.
Hi, Cloud retainer.
One shall be known as Adeptus, whose name, should you care to mention it, is Cloud Retainer.
Hi.
Cloud Retainer. That does sound like an Adeptus name.
Well spoken. One shall let this young lady's enlightened words atone for the ignorant ones of her friend.
It's been a
A
while.
while it has indeed been, traveler. Does one surmise correctly that you hasten hither to partake in the Moonchase festival?
You could put it like that, yeah.
So even the illustrious traveler has been summoned to attend the Moonchase festival. As expected, this year's theme stands proud against the test of public scrutiny.
You know, with this event theoretically taking place shortly after everything goes down in Lua in-game time. It's probably really important for the Qixing and for Lua in general for this event to go really well this year, don't you think? Especially after what happened on the last
You mean Feast of the Bounteous Land?
festival-esque day.
The very same. Moonchase Festival falls during the season when many cooking ingredients are ripe. Hence, it is a fitting time to enjoy the finest of foods.
Well, I suppose that was
One noticed
Lantern
the
Ring too, but
relative
still.
pomp and ceremony with which this year's affairs are being conducted, and could not abide to stand idly by. Let it be known that one's culinary proficiency and ingenuity is uncontested in all the world. Thus does one now appear in this home, that those who inhabit it might witness one's latest creation, a supreme cuisine machine.
I was going to ask if she maybe had heard of the God of Stoves, but
Supreme Cuisine what?
she made her thing.
Supreme Cuisine Machine.
Is it a new invention?
Patience. One's purpose here today is to meet and to greet. Nothing further. All shall be revealed before your very eyes when
Hey,
the
a chest.
time arrives.
She wants the pomp
Traveler,
and circumstance for her own
You
reveal,
are
doesn't
one
she?
who has witnessed much of the culinary world. When the day comes, one would be most pleased to see you in attendance, offering your most vociferous ovations.
I'm sure I will, Cloud
So we're
Retainer.
officially invited?
That which is implicitly understood needs not be made explicit, let alone official. I shall say no more and dwell here no longer. Await my word.
She's
Be
here for the
there or
drama today.
beware.
Beware her wrath.
Bird always disappears just as quickly as she shows up. Oh, wait, not Bird, Adeptus. Hey, wait! Isn't she technically an illuminated bird, though?
Yes.
She seemed like someone very prestigious and very talented at cooking. She definitely loves her food.
Oh yeah, all
What are
those
you all huddled
campsites on
together
her
over here
mountain.
for? The Adeptus left already.
Oh,
Yay, Kaching's back!
hi, kitchen.
Sorry I kept you waiting, Xiangling. This is the recipe from my grandfather's notes. They're not in the best condition, so rather than bring them out of the house, I just transcribed the recipe.
Smart.
Unfortunately, the texts my grandfather worked with were very old. Usually faded, damaged, or both. Some parts are missing from this recipe, too. Do you think you'll still be able to work with it?
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Give me some time. I need to look into it.
I'm actually
Sorry for the
really
trouble.
curious about this old recipe.
Oh,
Ganyu?
you're all here?
That voice sounds familiar.
Ganyu?
Sorry to interrupt your conversation.
Hi.
I was in the area buying a few things, and I heard the disturbance, so I felt compelled to come take a look.
You mean Cloud Retainer? I saw her too. She just suddenly showed up right in the middle of the street. Whatever adeptal power that was, she certainly knows how to make an entrance.
Lady Kaching, you saw her too?
Eh? You saw her too?
Have a moment? I need to discuss something with you.
What is it, Ganyu? Has something urgent come up while I've been out?
No, it's nothing work-related. I wanted to ask about, something personal. Is that okay?
I'm intrigued, but I also want to respect her privacy.
Involving me? Surely I haven't done anything improper recently, have I?
Please, Lady Kaching? This is really important to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm so intrigued.
I noticed Cloud Retainer was here for quite a while. Did she me? When I was young?
She was worried you telling them her childhood stories.
No, nothing at all.
Amazing.
Really? Thank goodness.
Oh, we know that she
I was
does.
getting really worried. Once she gets talking to people, she tends to go off on all sorts of tangents.
She very
So I
easily
was
tells
worried she
childhood
might have
stories,
bored you
doesn't
with
she?
Some stories about me.
Your name didn't even come up, so you've nothing to worry about.
The number of times she's tried to tell us stories about Shinha.
A bunch of questions right now. There's obviously some juicy gossip here. Aren't you curious to find out what it is?
No, Paimon!
No, don't do that to
We
me.
shouldn't pry into our
course
friends'
Whatever it is, I'm not curious and I'm not going to ask.
Embarrassing
If
story.
Ganyu has a secret and she wishes to keep it that way, nobody should make it their business to try and get it out of her.
Nice
That's just
Kuching.
basic decency, is it not?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Paimon will never bring it up again.
Kuching, I...
Aw, she's
Thank
touched.
you. You're so kind and considerate. I've always seen that in you.
Aw.
What's that got to do with...
Oh, she's blushing.
Honestly. Go on, you should be getting back now.
You deserve some
Right,
praise,
you're right.
Kuching.
I should. Okay, everyone. Please excuse me. I should get back to work now. Take good care of Kuching for me.
Hey,
I have
what are
good
you
at
trying to
work.
say?
Don't worry, Ganyu. We will.
Thanks. Hope to see you again soon.
Bye. At the end there, she sounded like your big sister.
Just ignore her.
Hey, everyone. I just had an idea. It only occurred to me when that Adeptus showed up. Do you think the Stove God could be an Adeptus too?
And Stove God is just a misnomer?
I don't want to assert either way, but it seems highly likely.
In that case, we should go ask the Adepti about it. I think my master might be able to help.
Master? You mean your teacher is an Adeptus?
Nah.
She's over at Eugene Terrace. Come on, I'll introduce you.
Isn't it Streetward Rambler too?
Master!
Yao Yao and Shenling? Yes. Hi.
Oh.
Hi, Guoba.
Hello, Xiangling.
Madam Ping is Xiangling's master?
Oh, I guess this is
I
our
did
first
not
time learning this in
expect
World,
that.
huh?
Master, how are you keeping these days? Are you well?
Oh, very well, thank you. What a surprise it is that you all had the time to come and visit me today.
Hi,
Hello.
Madam Ping.
Master, we came here because we have a question for you. Do you know about the Stove God?
Of course I know the Stove God.
Oh, she knows
Does
the
this
Stove
mean
God.
You know them personally?
Ah, I see. It's the Moonchase Festival, isn't it? How interesting.
What do you know?
came to hear some stories about the Stove God.
That's right. We're investigating something that happened recently.
Oh yeah, maybe she knows about the rock. Kuching tells Madam Ping about everything that happened.
see. The great stone surfaces. And so
Oh.
you open an investigation. I must
She definitely knows
commend your
about the stone.
guesswork this far. I did indeed know the Stove God of whom you speak, but it was a great many years ago.
Now I'm worried to ask what happened.
Moonchase was originally a rite observed by the Adepti, not something in which the ordinary people of Liyue would ever partake. But over the years, they have sought to emulate it for themselves many times, giving rise to various festivals bearing the Moonchase name. On nights when the moon shone bright, everybody would get together for joyful reunions. There would be fine food, fine wines, and choice teas. Later, Rex Lapis unified all of these various festivals under the Moonchase name to honor an old friend of his.
Aw.
In short, the heavens were our witness as we vowed to the moon to come together in joyful solidarity, to remember the past and reflect upon the present. That is the meaning of the Moonchase Festival.
So the old friend was
Rex
probably the
Lapis.
Stove God. But I wonder why they haven't had this event happen again.
That friend made many contributions.
As far as I know,
to
this is the only
Liyue,
time this event has
and
run.
Rex Lapis would not have them go unrecognized. Turning this season into a commemoration of his old friend was also a way to honor that friendship.
Yeah, so
I
why did
can
this
only
festival stop?
presume that the Stove God Festival was one of the many subsumed into the Moonchase Festival.
In the hands of Rex Lapis, our nation's traditions were faithfully upheld. It is to their detriment that we must now be the ones to inherit this duty.
Kuching.
Ah, Kuching, I simply won't allow you to be so down on yourself.
Yeah, it seems like she's still
Nothing would
processing
delight
the loss of Rex
more
Lapis.
than to know that those who follow in his footsteps continue to value these traditions and are working tirelessly to do them justice.
Well put.
Thank you.
Lady Kuching.
Hello.
Lady Kuching, Lady Ningguang wishes to speak with you.
Thank you.
Ningguang's looking for me? Must be important. Please excuse me, everyone. If I'm not back soon, you'll find me at Ningguang's office.
Have a good meeting. Seely.
There she goes. Kaching's a lot more serious when she's got her work face on.
Do you want to know who Rex Lapis's friend was?
Yes.
Oh, hi, my guys.
The stove god is the friend, right?
Yes, precisely. There are few genuine coincidences in the world. The story of the Lost Festival and the old friend are indeed one and the same. The stove god was a good friend of mine, too. What a pity it is that the god is now gone both from the world and from people's memories.
How could that happen?
So they were a god.
It is to everyone's regret
lost.
that the stove god passed. But gods cannot be fully destroyed, and we made a pact to wait until the land became fruitful once more. For perhaps the stove god would then return, albeit in a new form.
Madam Ping, tell me.
Really?
Is the rock an egg?
Master, you must miss
Madam
the stove
Ping.
god a lot, right? From the way you talk about it all, it sounds like you were the best of friends.
Yes. Thinking back on it all, there are many fond memories. I'm pleasantly surprised to find that Kuching is investigating this. She is a tenacious child, and anything she sets her mind to, she will diligently pursue. It warms my heart and makes me want to give her a helping hand. Unfortunately, however, I cannot simply give her the answer. The process is of great importance to her.
That's very adeptus of you,
Kuching's
Madam Ping.
grandfather once researched the stove god, and now she follows in his footsteps. Since Kuching has inherited this conundrum, so too she must inherit the journey to its resolution.
You knew Kuching's grandpa?
Of course. I count all the people of Liyue among my good friends.
It makes sense
I
that you would
remember
know.
when he was the same age as Kuching is now. So young. Grandparent and grandchild are definitely made from the same mold. Both diligent enough to take on anything and bold enough to see it through to the end. I like to think of Liyue as my own little potted plant. I've watched it grow and blossom, and it grows more beautiful all the time. In the blink of an eye, the buds of yesterday are in full bloom today. It's wonderful to see. For new blossoms must bloom on the branches if the tree is to remain evergreen and ever young.
I think this is the most we've heard from Madam Ping before.
Absolutely
That's pretty
right
cool.
to focus your investigation on the stone.
Uh-huh.
It is, as you suppose, the lost statue of the stove god.
Statue?
And within it lie all the answers that you seek. I
Was
should
the
like to
stone
see
god
the
an
stone
orb,
for myself,
or
if
is
you
it
would
the
lead me
fossil?
to it. Perhaps the truth will emerge even as we watch on.
You're all here. I was
Is
just
it
about to
cracking?
send someone to fetch
Like
you.
an egg?
Kuching, has the stone undergone any changes?
Oh, maybe that's why she was
A
summoned.
crack has appeared in
The
one
crack,
corner.
yeah.
But we still can't tell what's inside.
Oh my god, it's the stove god hatching.
Happened? Did someone chip it while no one else was looking?
More likely a natural occurrence. Our weapons have had no effect on it.
How would a natural occurrence crack it open?
This is because the stove god draws power from the actions of the masses.
Ooh.
The heat of a busy kitchen. The joy of a reunion.
Okay, okay. Sorry, you know what this makes me think of immediately is when Venti was telling us about how, oh, what was it? Like an Archon gets their power from like ruling their people or something like that. And he was talking about how, you know, he's one of the weakest Archons among the seven, so on and so forth. This is interesting. The stove god draws power from the actions of the masses, so they're especially strong right now because of the Moonchase festival. And everyone's celebrating and cooking food together, so on and so forth. And that could explain why the egg stone statue is changing. But that's just interesting that the stove god is able, because that would make the stove god very powerful if they're able to draw power from you know, these common and very positive actions. Cooking food, celebrating together. Very common, very positive. So I'm curious about how Archons, like, do you suppose when they became Archons, their source of power was changed to be their people? You know, I wonder if the Gnosis had any hand in that, or if the Gnosis had any, like, you know, role in that in terms of being their power conduit and all that. Does that mean the Archons drew their power from a different source before they became Archons? Something that was more specific to them than just from their people that they were responsible for in their role as an Archon, you know? Like, maybe Zhongli, for instance, he could have been a god that drew power from contracts and deals, just as an example. Maybe Venti drew power from when people sang songs, you know, that sort of thing, instead of from the worship of people. I should review that line, because I'm not entirely sure what it was that Venti said. It was a while ago. Anyways, this was just super fascinating to me, so those are my thoughts on that.
Keep up the good work, and the truth will rise to the surface soon enough.
All the books say the stove god is the deity of food. So is the stone opening up because everyone's cooking for the festival?
Statues draw power from their people.
Statues draw power from their people?
The stove god has dominion over cooking.
What about the statues of the Seven?
Could it be that the passion people put into their cooking gives power to the stove god?
This is so interesting.
Ningguang and I chose Feast of the Bounteous Land as this year's theme, and now every chef signed up for the competition is busy preparing. Paimon's theory is not an unreasonable one.
Plus, a lot of families have reunion feasts around this time. With everyone back home, the whole city's bustling with people, and that adds a lot to the festive atmosphere.
Exactly, so
if the stone cracked because Leo started getting festive, that must mean that when the festive fever peaks, it'll bust right open, right?
ooh, that perfect dramatic timing.
Well, we'll have to see then, won't we?
Okay, the fact that cooking is involved gives us a perfect opportunity. The selections phase of Masterful Chefs will be held indoors and seen by only a few people, but the finals will be held outside in public. Everyone who wants to will be able to come and watch it.
Yeah, who's the
atmosphere will be
evaluators?
incredibly lively, no question.
Oh, so put this thing dead in the center.
Boom! We'll get to see who the stove god really is, right?
It's definitely a possibility.
Well, I've already signed up, so I should be able to help.
Yes, for a chef as accomplished as yourself, getting to the finals should be a breeze.
All this talk of cooking competitions is making Paimon hungry. Oh, Paimon can't wait! It'd be great if Paimon could take a nap and then wake up when it's the finals.
If you want to sleep, I'll wake you up when it's time. 1 for the foodies, 2 for the show. Complete.
Hey, Xiangling, we're here!
We're here.
Traveler, Paimon, did you hear the news? I made it through the selections for Masterful Chefs.
I had never any doubts.
Woohoo! That's great!
I knew you could do it. You're in a league of your own, Xiangling.
Total breeze. I wasn't even trying. But a true champion never rests on their laurels. I'm still gonna need your help to prepare for the competition.
I wonder how many contestants there are. Just the 2 of them? Jianling and Yan Xiao?
And give some feedback. Traveler, you want to be the first?
What a shame. We just ate.
Oh, yeah, we did. And anyway, we get to eat your food all the time, so we're biased. You should find some other people this time, just to play it safe. Good idea. Okay, let me think. Let's get Beidou to try it first.
Oh, that's fun. Are we going to go through all the people that we were talking to earlier?
Definitely trust her opinion. Let's go find her. Right now, she should be down at the docks. Let me box up this food real quick, then we can head on down.
Xianyun!
Hi! Hey, look!
Ahoy.
Who's she with? Hi, Beidou. Hi, Xinyan.
Xinyan.
Are we interrupting anything?
Is this our first time meeting her?
Xiangling.
Paimon said,
Woman
who's
of the
she
hour.
with?
We were just talking about you. Oh, Beta was saying you and I should get ourselves on board sometime. Says the whole crew's been asking for us.
Xinyan! It is our first time meeting her.
Seems like you 3 go way back. Oh, we really do. Beidou and Xinyan are 2 of my oldest customers, and I've helped out in the kitchen on board Beidou's ship in the past. Recently, Xinyan's been planning to do a show on board, too.
That's the plan. Good music's meant for sharing. You guys should check it out sometime.
Will do! But I came here today because I made it into the Masterful Chef's Finals, and I was just trying out some new dishes to bring to the competition. Can you have a little taste and give me some feedback?
Sure, beats drinking on an empty stomach. Well, about time. I'm starving over here. Let's see what you got.
Beto and Xinyan try Shenling's dish.
Man, this chicken foo young's tasting awesome. Oh, this food is too good for me to be soaking up the alcohol with.
These three seem to have a great time with each other.
Those are the kinds of friends you
Only
want in
thing is
life.
you've got 3 dishes here. Chicken foo young, come and get it, and crystal shrimp, and they all taste kind of refreshing.
But she has to figure out a way to combine them.
Refreshing really a flavor?
I love Guoba saying
When
hi
you
to the
spend
people
all
in the
your time
background.
at sea, you don't have a lot of choice when it comes to food, especially on the longer voyages where you've got to stretch out your rations as far as you can. First thing you want to do when you get back on dry land is dig into a nice hot meal that's swimming in oil and has a ton of flavor.
Beto is so real.
Opposite of Ningguang's tastes.
Oh, sure is. Beto's tastes are pretty similar to mine and Xiangling's. Ugh, Ningguang. I am sick of hearing that name. Our tastes couldn't be more different. You'll never find us eating the same bowl of food.
But
I'm loving this, actually.
chatting with her, Paimon thought you two seemed to get along just fine.
They're
We're
figuring it
evenly
out,
matched.
Paimon.
Guess that makes the sequels. But I'm sorry, limp cabbage leaves are never gonna do it for me.
You're so real for that, Beto.
I hear ya. Steamed cabbage and broth might be upper class and look fancy and all, but man, is it boring! It's never gonna give you that flavor explosion you get with some of the other dishes out there.
So, Xinyan, are these dishes too mild for you too?
Well, not so much mild. I just think you maybe missed a beat somewhere.
Ooh, they gave her the wrong name.
This is some
Xinyan's
fine
music
cooking, no
metaphors
question
meets
about that.
Shenling's
But
boom
if this is for a
shakalaka metaphors.
competition, It needs more oomph.
Beat? Oomph? Are we sure these terms apply to cooking?
Shenling will get it.
And oomph.
I have faith in her.
Beat, yeah. You know what a beat is. I only know music, though. I'm nowhere near your level when it comes to cooking, so don't mind me if it doesn't make much sense.
No, you're both completely right. Beat and oomph. That's what I need.
They're speaking her
I
language.
actually thought as much while I was cooking them. Even though this was a brand new combination, it still felt like I was missing that one thing that'll seal the deal. You know, really push it over the finish line. Seems like she's found her muse.
Hi, Guoba.
Does that mean music theory is compatible with cooking?
Every bit as compatible as we are.
Paimon didn't quite get the implication, but Paimon can tell when you're being a meanie.
Sorry to tease you,
I
Paimon.
think I know what I need to do. Great! So this went really well.
Don't hold back, just get out there and do your thing. You're a pro, Xiangling, and you've totally got this. Hands down, best chef in Liyue Harbor. Ain't that right, Beto? Well, I think so anyway. More than any other chef. And there ain't a whole lot of people I'd be willing to say that about.
High praise from these two.
I'll do my best. Thanks, everyone.
All right, we'll leave you to it. I'm gonna take Xinyan on board for a while.
Ooh. Have fun at sea. Stay safe out there.
Xiangling, they both had pretty strong taste. You sure that won't be a problem? Shouldn't we get a second opinion from someone with milder tastes?
Chongyun?
That's a good point. Beto likes her greasy stir fries, and Xinyan can really handle her spice. Yeah, we should get another opinion. Now, who do we know whose tastes are on the mild side? Traveler, any suggestions?
A certain person comes to mind again. You know, almond tofu. Joe!
So back to Wangshu Inn?
Oh, yay.
Who is it? Someone you just missed last time we were there.
We don't need to go to Wangshu Inn. We can do it right here.
Oh, Paimon remembers. He said
No
that
way.
we just need to speak his name, and poof, he'll show up.
I'm so excited.
Will he definitely hear us saying his name, though? Maybe we should find somewhere quieter.
He also might like somewhere quieter. You know, he'd rather not be in the middle of a crowd, right?
His name. Uh-huh. I need to do this too?
Probably not, because he doesn't know you. Good move to yell it out over the water, where it will echo further.
Let me try again.
Maybe we need to wake him up.
That's weird. Does he not want to hang out with us? Wait, so let me get this straight. Some guy with special powers promised you both that you just need to shout his name and he'll show up?
Well, when you put it like that...
Well, not both actually, just one of us.
He promised it to me.
Oh, right. Well,
Her
you should be
face.
the one to try it then. Paimon clearly just doesn't want to feel left out. Okay then.
She tried her best. Xiao, you there?
You called?
Instantly.
He actually came!
Hi,
You
Xiao.
spoke my name, did you not?
I didn't think that would actually
When I
work.
make you a promise, I will honor it.
Blink of an eye and poof! He's there! That's how you know he's an Adeptus.
By the way, Shenling, he's an Adeptus.
Xiao, was it? Hi there. It was me who asked the traveler to call you here. My name's Xiangling. I'm a chef.
Quote was saying hi
Finals of
too.
this year's Masterful Chefs, and I'm testing some dishes out in preparation. I'm trying to get feedback from customers with all different tastes.
She's so polite.
Customers. And that includes me?
Uh-huh.
Wow, he actually
Traveler
seems
says you
interested.
prefer mild food. Just the kind of person I'm looking for. If you don't mind, I'd like you to try the dishes I've made and tell me your thoughts.
Please help her out. We value your opinion.
Since it's you, I will do it.
I feel so flattered. Xiao tried Shenling's dish. He liked it.
Are you sure you can eat it? Don't force yourself.
Did he like it?
Pretty good.
Huh?
Yay!
Really? I can't believe it. An Adeptus says he likes my cooking. If my dad was here, he'd be crying tears of joy.
Quite
you
the
excel
honor.
in the culinary arts.
Wow.
I'm reminded of another chef I know.
Very high
that
praise.
chef cooks dishes with soul, as do you. Both of you are masters of your craft.
Just based off this event, I'm guessing he's talking...
Smiley Yensho?
It has to be the stove
If
god,
I had to find
right?
fault with something, the two sides are a little strong for my taste. Some minor adjustments would take this dish from excellence to perfection.
Though I suppose it would make
Just my
sense if
own
he was talking
opinion.
about Yan Xiao as well.
Do not fixate on it. Take it or leave it as you see fit.
Wow, that's like the nicest thing he's ever said to somebody who wasn't us.
Okay, I got it. Thank you, Adeptus friend. It was really great to meet you.
Aww.
I'll be leaving now.
Bye. Thank you.
See you next time.
Paimon still can't believe he actually came.
Wow.
So, what would happen if we called his name again now? Do you think he'd come back right away?
Paimon, we're not doing that.
Kinda maybe, not really joking. Jeez. Good news. After 2 rounds of taste testing, I've had an idea on what to do next. Great!
She's quite efficient.
Lucky we picked the right people to talk to. I'd better head back and try this out a few times while it's fresh in my mind. Thanks for your help.
Always happy to see old friends.
The final is in Yujing Terrace. You better come and watch.
Wouldn't miss
Will
it.
do. Good luck.
You'll do great.
You bet.
I'm so enjoying this. Yanfei!
Welcome, everyone,
Of
to the Masterful
course.
Chef's Final.
Or the
At
judge.
the appointment of this organizing
The
committee,
host.
I am your host and officiator, Yanfei.
Hi, Yanfei.
Here too.
This event is brought to you by the Liyue Qixing in collaboration with a number of participating enterprises. The
Who's the guy
competition
on the
is divided
left?
into the selections phase and the finals. We saw many contestants from all over Liyue in the selections process, and all of them were outstanding chefs in their own right. Of those, the 2 strongest participants were put through to today's finals.
Only 2.
Just a
Wow.
few short moments, the finals will take place right here before your very eyes.
Yay!
As the officiator, it is my honor and privilege to represent the organizing committee and indeed the people of Liyue in overseeing today's proceedings.
Oh, she's enjoying this.
Please allow me to introduce the judges. There will be a select panel and an audience panel. The 3 members of the select
Nice.
panel are The Tianquan, Lady Ningguang.
Woo!
The Yuheng, Lady Keqing.
Yay!
And last but not least, gourmet connoisseur, Uncle Tian.
Name does sound familiar.
These three, 10 judges will be chosen from among the audience to sample our contestants' dishes and cast their vote.
Wow.
That makes a total of 13 judges with 13 votes between them.
Nice.
Each judge will vote for their preferred finalist, and the one who receives the most votes will be today's winner.
Do you think we'll be chosen?
It's all so exciting! And now, please join me in welcoming our 2 contestants into the arena. Come on out!
They've been standing there the whole time.
Competition favorite down from Dihua. Life's harsh when you live on a marsh, but this kitchen ace will put a smile on your face. Please welcome Smiley Yanxiao.
Welcome!
Hi, everyone.
You're gonna do great.
Oh, Yanxiao made it into the finals too! But what's up with him? He seems really nervous.
To be fair, it is a big event.
Yanxiao! Chin up, shoulders back! Everyone from the inn is super proud of you!
Huh? Oh.
And to my right, a stalwart of Liyue Harbor culinary scene, a little feisty with a whole lot of spicy. Give it up for Xiangling!
Yay!
And her mysterious assistant, who knows who?
You don't know Guoba?
Paimon knows. It's Guoba!
He follows her everywhere.
Hey, everybody! I'll do my best!
Contestants, please repeat after me.
Oh, he's
As a
crying.
finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
As a finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
As a finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
You've got this, Yanxiao.
I, for my part, promise to uphold the principles of fairness, impartiality, and transparency in my officiation of the proceedings.
I'm
Now,
sure you will.
I will hand things over to the select panel judge, Ningguang, for the announcement of today's theme.
Oh, there's a
Thank you
theme.
all for being here today at the Masterful Chefs Finals. I am the Tianquan Ningguang. The organizers have chosen the theme for today's event, and that theme is Of Earth and Waterborn.
Of Earth and Waterborn. Just like the Feast of Bounteous Land. It really captures the spirit of this year's Moonchase festival. It's like surf and turf, but the deep and meaningful version.
Sure.
The rules are simple. The one who receives the most votes wins. Tailor your dishes to the judges' preferences, or win over the audience with your originality. The choice is yours. Well then,
I think Xianling's going
I
for
look
both.
forward to both of your contributions.
Contestants will have 1 hour of cooking time available and may only
Only
use
1
ingredients
hour?
provided by the organizers in their dishes. I trust this is no problem. Okay, without further ado, let the cooking commence. Begin.
I guess they both work in restaurants, so 1 hour is not unusual, but only 1
Pull
hour?
out all the stops. Show everyone why you're the best.
Whoop whoop go, Xianling.
Traveler, Paimon.
I guess we're
Thanks
visiting.
for coming to support me. Don't you worry. I'm gonna make this the best tasting dish I've ever cooked.
Whoa, what's this? Hold up. Things are taking an unexpected turn on the Masterful Chef stage.
Oh?
Xiangling's mysterious assistant appears to be aiding her opponent.
Guoba!
Judges, are we going to allow this? We knew in advance that Xiangling would be accompanied by a mysterious assistant, and the judges agreed that the two could be classed as one individual for the purposes of the competition. But what do we say to this?
I feel like
I
it seems
take
pretty
no issue
fair,
with it.
so long as Guoba doesn't sabotage
In
him.
any case, the assistant hasn't done much in the way of assisting.
No competition would be complete without a little drama. All a part of being young. I won't be the old fogey that ruins it for them.
Please allow me to explain to our host.
Are
Prior
you
to
gonna
the
explain who Guoba
competition,
is?
the judges reviewed both contestants, and we can comfortably confirm that neither side is participating in a way that contravenes the competition rules. Xiangling is a highly accomplished chef, and her assistant is more like family to her. Xiangling prepares all of her own dishes herself. All that her assistant will do is occasionally provide a fire source.
Adorable.
Given Xiangling's level of culinary skill, the difference between her using firewood or her assistant is a trivial one. I appreciate everyone's
adorable.
concerns.
They
The
really just
presence
hang
of a
out because they're like
mysterious
family.
assistant performing strange dance moves to cheerlead for Xiangling is a little unexpected.
I love how they keep repeating mysterious assistant like it's not Guoba who's been here the whole time.
Xiao too, demonstrating total impartiality. By encouraging both Xiangling and her opponent, they have proven to be a fair supporter.
Actually, I love Guoba.
Guoba's not really outside help. Guoba just likes to watch people cook. I'm sure the only reason they went over there is to try to help Yen Xiao feel less nervous. I give you all my word, Guoba will not interfere with the competition. And I would also say that it's a loss to the competition if Yen Xiao isn't at the top of his form.
And Yen Xiao has been so
I say
nervous.
that as someone who's eaten Yen Xiao's cooking at Wang Shuin before. He is an excellent chef, and I want this to be a competition between the best we both have to bring.
I see. Most amusing. Uncle Tian, what's your opinion?
I have no objections. It's an honor and a privilege to see two contestants so dedicated to having a fair and square contest.
The judges and the officiator accept this explanation. Let the competition continue.
Yay, Guoba's not in trouble.
Are you alright?
I don't know what's wrong
Okay,
with me.
I don't want to interrupt too much, but just a small side note I've been thinking about this whole time that we've been seeing Guoba running around. They're so adorable. I've been really enjoying seeing Guoba run around. But, you know, it was interesting because you know, everybody gets Xianling if you do the Abyss, and so I was thinking that Guoba was a summon for Xianling, like Baron Bunny is, or like various other summons, like Ushi, you know? So I was a little bit surprised to see them just running around the whole time. But I kind of love the different situation we've got going on here. Instead of Guoba being a summon, were they just someone who existed in the world beforehand and then met Xianling and now they hang out together and they assist in fights sometimes? That's adorable. So it's interesting because it does make Guoba a little bit more mysterious, like Henfei has been saying, I guess. Where did they come from? If they're not a summon, are they an Adeptus, I guess? It's my next thought, because this is Larua and they are a mystical creature, apparently. But I suppose if they were an Adeptus, they would probably be able to speak more. Maybe there's something like Chen Sheng, who isn't an Adeptus, right? Just a magical snake that existed somewhere and started making contracts with people. So maybe that's more of the relationship. I just love how there's, you know, obviously the Adepti are very well established in Liyue, but I love how there's different kinds of magical and mythical creatures running around as well. You know, it's not all human or Adeptus. It's a world full of different possibilities, of which Guoba is apparently one, and Guoba is adorable, so I love this.
I've never been so nervous in my life. Look, my hands won't stop shaking.
Oh, hang in there.
Take it easy. I've been there before. I can help. Try saying a tongue twister to yourself in your head. Or think of some happy memories about your dad.
Aww.
Why my dad? That's a bit specific.
Because she was raised by her dad, and that's what she does. Give Guoba a hug.
I guess I'll think of my mom then. Anyway, you should carry on. I'll be fine. Don't hold up your own dishes on my account.
Nothing's being held up. I'm finished already.
Oh goodness, Xianling.
Oh, right. Then I need to focus up and win this thing.
You've got this.
There you go. That's the attitude we want. You're a very capable chef, Yen Xiao. So come on, show everyone what you're made of. Just like you showed us last time at Wang Shuin.
Oh, there's the rock in the background.
You're right. I can do this. I can do this. Thank you, Xiangling. And thanks to your, well, thanks. Time for me to get cooking.
You can do this, buddy. So adorable. Smiley Yen Xiao starts cooking immediately and his dish is done in a flash?
Both contestants have now finished cooking. I would like to invite them to present their dishes to the judges for evaluation.
Have they picked
We will
the audience
proceed
judges
in
yet?
the order that the contestants finished. Xiangling, please describe your dish.
My dish is
Yes.
Jiyun chili chicken with sides of triple-layered consomme and crystal shrimp. The theme is of earth and waterborne, which includes land and sea. In other words, land animals, fowl, and seafood are all potential ingredients.
Very much sticking to
My
the
main
theme.
dish, Jiuyun chili chicken is a combination of fowl and chilies. Jiuyun chilies capture the essence of the mountains where they grow, and fowl is a gift from the heavens.
Clever.
Triple-layered consomme also uses fowl, and its other ingredients are ham and bamboo shoots. These are also flavors from the mountains, but they complement and contrast with the chicken dish. Fresh instead of spicy, cold instead of hot.
Paimon is
The crystal
awestruck.
shrimp is made from a combination of rice, shrimp meat, and carrot. A thin, translucent skin wraps diced carrot and a whole shrimp. Fresh, crispy, and tender.
That sounds
Shrimps are a
amazing.
gift from the ocean. Tightly wrapping them in a skin made from rice makes this dish a blend of land and sea. Fresh with a hint of sweetness. It's the perfect note to end this course on.
And she's got mild, she's got spicy, and she's got
Delivery there from
sophisticated.
Xiangling. Let's see what our next contestant Yanxiao has to say.
What you got?
My dish is Adeptus Temptation with a mint salad and golden shrimp balls. As Xiangling says, earth and water means land and sea. So birds, land animals, and seafood were also the ingredients I incorporated. Adeptus Temptation is a much-loved dish in Liyue, and as chef of Wangshu Inn, I've always been proud to offer this as the signature specialty dish of our menu. It's a complex
strong
dish
so far.
with very particular ingredients. Smoked ham, crab, fresh shrimp meat, and matsutake. I chose this as my main dish as a sign of respect toward my profession and to this competition.
Oh, that's
the
nice.
mint salad is my first side. Cool and tender with a subtle sweetness. It's a perfect answer to the rich and strong flavors of the Adeptus Temptation. Golden shrimp balls is a time-honored classic loved by everyone. A hearty
Guava,
and wholesome
guava.
broth,
Don't
followed
eat
up
it.
with a shrimp ball. Oh, pure bliss.
Careful, Guava.
Paimon can smell it from all the way over here. It's driving Paimon crazy.
Judges,
The determined
please sample
look.
the dishes.
The three onstage judges try the two contestants' dishes.
Very impressive. Both contestants' dishes are well considered, expertly made, and truly delicious. I'm gonna have another golden shrimp. I mean, I shall have to sample both contestants' dishes once more before I can reach a verdict.
She finally got her
Now,
golden shrimp.
Xiangling has taken an interesting approach here. She's chosen a cold dish as her main. I have to say, that's a bold move. It's also a unique take on Jiuyun chili chicken. Although the dish as a whole is served cold, the chili peppers have been stir-fried, and so they're still just a little warm on the inside. You get a nice crunch as you bite in. Then you get the spiciness and warmth all coming in together, and then just a hint of that wonderful pepperiness to top it all off. It's quite simply extraordinary.
What a sophisticated cooking competition this is turning out to
Temptation
be.
is quite exceptional. The triple layer consomme is also a very superlative contribution. Excellent flavor, well balanced between sweet and savory. Yes, the standard is very high.
Judges of the select panel, I will now ask you to consider your votes carefully before writing them down and handing them to me. Also, the organizing committee has selected today's audience judges, and they are now evaluating the dishes. Everyone who's been lucky enough to sample today's dishes, please consider and cast your vote independently.
Oh, I guess we weren't chosen.
How are we not involved in this? Why didn't they pick us to be judges?
Maybe they were worried we'd be biased.
Buckets of passion and oodles of expertise when it comes to food. If they don't want Paimon, it's their loss.
Calm down, Paimon. I'll cook the same dishes for you later.
For all the chefs there are in the world,
Yippee.
and for all the amazing dishes that you can cook, the fact remains that you're the one who treats Paimon the best.
Aw, thank you, Paimon. The judges offstage
Thank you
sampled
all
the
for waiting.
dishes.
All votes have been received and counted, and the results have been returned to Ningguang. I now invite Ningguang to take the floor and announce the results of the Masterful Chef's finals.
I actually have no idea who's
It
gonna
is
win.
my pleasure to announce that the winner of the
I
Masterful
hope
Chef's
it's
finals
Yan Xiao,
is...
to be honest. He needs the boost.
By a mere 1 vote margin, Xiangling!
Oh, congrats, Shanling.
What? How is it so close?
Yanxiao is a great chef too.
Well, there it is. I knew it.
No!
It was a close contest, but we have a winner. Liyue Harbor's Xiangling has beaten Dihua Marsh's Yanxiao by just 1 vote.
I really wish he
There
won.
can only be 1 winner.
It would have
but
helped
the
him
fact
out
that
so
this
much,
was
and
so
Xiangling would have
close
just taken it
shows
as a
just how
challenge
much
to
both of
improve
these
even more.
outstanding chefs managed to impress our judges. Thank you both for your stellar contributions here today. A big thank you to all the audience for being here today, especially those who have come from far and wide. As officiator, I declare the result of this competition to be fair and valid, thus bringing the Masterful Chef's finals to a close.
Well, congrats,
Thank
you two.
you all for coming. Until next time.
I'm sure Wangshu Inn will
Please
see a
exit
lot
the
of
venue
business
in an orderly
after
fashion,
this.
and remember to take all of your personal belongings with you.
Also 1 minute, of course, but
Let's go over and take a look.
I just want Yanxiao to feel encouraged. Bye, judges. Oh? What do you sense? Is it the stone?
Looks like I won this time, Yanxiao. But I'd still like to try your dishes, if that's okay.
Sure, I'll have a try of yours too.
They're so friendly. It's adorable.
Oh, truly exquisite. No doubt in my mind why you're the winner here.
This Adeptus Temptation is really good. It's so fresh, I'm almost moved to tears.
The only 5-star dish in the game, isn't it?
Well, just goes to show that you have a taste for the finer things in life.
No, you've got me all wrong. We're just a small neighborhood restaurant too, so I totally understand. Food is life, and customers are at the heart of all food culture. So humble food cooking is not to be looked down upon.
Nice.
Is that
Aw.
right? Huh. I'd heard you'd gotten famous for your experimental approach to cooking and were all about fancy and exclusive foods. Never realized you'd done your time in a small kitchen, too. Well, there you have it. All the greats come from the smaller
Oh,
places.
good. Yanxiao's not going to feel so down on himself for
You
that.
can't work in an inn kitchen unless you know how to consistently please customers. It's no wonder your food is so top-notch.
You're the kind of competition I'm glad to have.
Oh, good.
Let's stay in touch. Maybe we can find some time in the future to trade tips.
Seems like he's recovered.
got
This
it.
is great.
And next time we meet as competitors, let's both be even better than we are now.
She's
All
very
right.
competitive, isn't
Deal.
she? She loves testing herself against the best.
Traveler, Paimon, thanks for coming. Did you get to try the food? Don't even go there. Paimon's still peeved.
That's a no.
I can't believe it. You didn't get picked? Well, never mind. Don't get mad. I'll make some more for you when we get back.
Oh, yay!
Woohoo! Great!
Thank you, Shenling.
Oh, the organizer said that Yanxiao and I need to go register our delivery addresses. Apparently, they're gonna deliver an exclusive ingredients package and the prize money at a later date. So I need to get moving.
So that's what they win.
I'll come find you guys after.
Congrats, Shenling.
Xiangling seems really happy. Good for her. Looks like Kuching and Ningguang left already. As the organizers, they must have gone to wrap up some last-minute things. Let's go ask them for an update about the statue.
Yes, let's. Ooh. You alright?
Kuching, there you are.
Oh, you found me.
Were you hiding?
Is everything okay?
Something is weighing on Kuching's mind?
Traveler, I have found myself in something of a predicament.
What's
In
wrong?
the competition, I voted for Smiley Yanxiao.
So
Okay.
you're frustrated because you can't go back and vote for Xiangling instead?
No, that's not it. As a judge, I had a duty to remain objective. I made my decision after thinking about it very carefully, and my conscience is clear. Xiangling
Okay.
is my friend, so by rights, I should be honest with her about this.
Shenling is
But
also a
as you
great
know,
competitor. She doesn't need to
I
know.
voted based purely on my personal opinion. As a contestant, Xiangling may not be able to appreciate this. And I do not know how to deal with people of her temperament. I just don't know how to break it to her.
It's no big deal. Just say it however comes naturally.
Oh,
Xiangling
there
of
she
all
is.
people isn't bothered about that kind of stuff. And anyway, she still won in the end.
And she's also right there.
Hey, here you are. I've been looking for you for ages.
Xiangling, there's something I need to tell you.
This arc of Kuching trying to make friends with Xiangling is adorable.
My grandfather always said to me, in contests of food, always follow your heart. Which is to say that in gastronomical disputes, or indeed competitions, one must cast their vote for the party that they agree with. This decision must be based on one's honest thoughts, not influenced by any external factors. Of course, that was just my grandfather's opinion, but I have to say, I am inclined to think he had a point. So, despite the fact that I am your friend, I cast my vote for Smiley Yenshou's Adeptus Temptation.
I think you mean the golden shrimp balls.
Well, maybe it was. I like golden shrimp balls. Is that a problem?
Nope, shutting up.
You were acting so serious that I honestly thought something was up. It's fine. Doesn't bother me one bit.
Exactly.
You voted for who you wanted to, and that's totally okay. In fact, that's exactly how it should be. Otherwise, how could it be a fair competition?
Exactly.
So, you made a point of telling me. Is that because you were worried that it made you a bad friend?
Don't be absurd.
Xianling's actually a really good friend, isn't she?
Say already? I love this about you. You're just so conscientious about everything. Half-baked feedback just isn't meaningful to me at this stage. Seeking reassurance is what novices do, and it's been a long time since I was a novice. The way forward from today will only get more challenging, as will the dishes I'll need to cook. Honestly, I'll meet friends like you along the way. You have a strong sense of responsibility, Kuching. But you know, not everything is always about responsibility. Yes, you're a Qixing, but you're also you, Kuching. When you're with friends, you don't need to think about everything so thoroughly.
Xianling's actually really great, isn't she?
Right?
Wow.
Beto's always telling me about how well she gets along with Ningguang. They even play chess aboard her ship sometimes. So you see, Ningguang's kind of bold in that she doesn't let her identity and reputation get in the way of her ability to have a good time. You could take a leaf out of her book. Outside of work, it's time to let go and relax.
You don't need to be so strict
Traveler.
with yourself.
Xiangling,
Also, where is Guoba?
Anyway, what are we standing around here for? Let's go and check on the status of the Stove God statue.
Oh, yeah! Paimon
I
had
miss
nearly
him.
forgotten about that. Let's go see.
Guoba, where'd you go?
It hasn't changed one bit.
Is the festival still going?
Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, there you are!
Cooked our hearts out.
Yay.
Does this mean the competition wasn't enough to awaken the statue?
Oh well. I suppose it was simply not meant to be.
There's still time.
Yeah,
Don't
we've
lose
waited
hope.
this long already. There's no harm in waiting a little longer. Right, Xiangling?
Yep, there's still time. Let's be patient. We'll all see this through together.
Well, but if you breathe fire on it, what will happen?
Good news for you, Kuching. Things are looking optimistic for that recipe you gave me.
Oh yeah, the recipe!
Master came by before the competition and filled in the parts that were missing. So now I'll be able to cook it. In fact, I'll go find somewhere to make it right now. Wait here.
Guoba is so cute.
Xiangling.
Oh, and Traveler, could you come with me?
Huh? You only just beat Smiley Yanchao. You think you're up for challenging us already?
Alright, time for me to get real. I'm something of a kitchen god
Obviously
myself.
not what I meant. You collect recipes, don't you? I thought you'd probably be needing this dish during your travels, so I figured I'd share it with you.
Is this a time-limited recipe?
Right! Paimon knew that. Sheesh, we totally misread that situation.
Who am I kidding? Xianling's the real kitchen queen.
Jeez, careful eating your words so fast. You'll give yourself heartburn.
She looks pleased though.
What are you staring at me for? Go on, go get on with your cooking.
Aw, she laughed. I'm glad. But yeah, you've heard of time-limited weapons? Now we have a time-limited recipe?
The Traveler and I made one each. Here, have a taste while it's still
If I can see what it is, I might be able to see if I have the recipe.
Don't mind if I do.
What is it? Kitchen tastes everyone's dishes. Is it familiar?
What does that face mean?
This flavor.
Yes.
I've tasted it before.
Kuching?
Apologies. Xiangling, Traveler, thank you both. This is everything I had hoped it would be.
Where do you recognize it from?
And quite amazingly, somehow it took me right back to my childhood. When my grandfather was still around.
I was going to say, did your grandfather make it for you?
That's awesome!
That's adorable.
I didn't have a chance to fully explain before. In fact, when Master had filled in the missing parts of the recipe for me, I realized that I already knew how to make this dish.
Oh, is it a common recipe?
You mean you were able to make this without ever seeing the recipe?
Is it a Larua staple?
My dad taught me how to make it. Wait,
What
but
is
isn't
it?
this dish from Kuching's grandpa's notes, though?
About that. I do not believe that this recipe was my grandfather's creation. My grandfather was a well-known real estate tycoon in Liyue, and also a scholar. He was an avid collector of old books and was quite knowledgeable on many of Liyue's customs and traditions that are no longer practiced.
So this is probably just
As a
an
child,
ancient
I
version
used to
of a
spend
dish
lot
that
of
has a
time with
modern
him in
version now,
study.
right?
We'd read the classics together, then debate how much of it was actually genuine, and whether Rex Lapis was real or not.
I'm sorry, whether Rex Lapis was real or not when he descended every year to give his predictions? I'm pretty sure he was real. But okay.
He used to say, books are just a bridge that bring us a little closer to history. It's up to those of us in later generations to ask these questions, search for the answers, and decide what they mean. Since then, my grandfather has passed on, and I've grown up to become a Chising. My views on Rex Lapis have changed in this time too, from myth to reality.
Sure.
For me, the name Rex Lapis is inextricably wound up with memories of my grandfather. Whenever I see his name written down, it always reminds me of sitting in my grandfather's study, seeing all of his notes.
Oh, no wonder she was
As
taking
I
his
said
death
earlier,
pretty hard.
this
She
recipe
probably
came
associates
from
it with her
those same
grandfather's
notes.
passing too.
It's an ancient dish that he was trying to restore to its original form. But, unfortunately, without the full recipe, he never quite succeeded. Still,
see.
each time he tried cooking it, he'd always get me to have a taste while it was still warm. The memories. This really is the taste of my childhood.
Ancient dish?
What is it?
Are cornbread buns really that old?
Cornbread buns? I don't have
At
that.
least in my family it is.
I love
My dad learned
cornbread.
how to make it from his dad, and supposedly it's been passed down that way for generations. We call them chili mince cornbread buns. They're a traditional folk food snack, easy to pack up and take with you on the road. So they're the perfect thing to eat on the go.
They sound so good. Boba likes them.
Seeing Guoba just reminded me of something. I actually made this dish on the day I first met Guoba.
Backstory? Is this how you met?
How did you first meet?
Tell
It
us.
was in a cave in the mountains. I ducked inside to get out of the rain and saw an offering table in there, so I put the cornbread buns I brought with me on
An
it.
offering
Then I
table.
ended up falling asleep, and when I woke up, I found out that Guoba had eaten every last one.
Did you summon
Guoba
Guoba?
followed me around ever since. We're practically family now.
Guoba, what are you?
Hold up.
Wait a second. Something has... Oh my god. How did... A while back, I was in the teapot. I think I bought a furnishing or something, or I learned a furnishing recipe or something. I don't know. But I found a certain statue inside the teapot that talked about Guoba. Isn't Guoba... Wait a second.
The stone!
Here we go.
It's...
Literally right before... Oh my god. Is that Guoba? Wow.
Guoba? What are you... What?
She didn't know.
Ah,
Hi, Guoba.
I see the chili mince cornbread buns have been served.
It's a little Guoba. Oh my goodness. So wait. Could it be that the stove god was like a big Guoba, and then the big Guoba could make little Guobas, or it could divide itself into little Guobas, and Guoba is just one of them?
The stove god statue looks just like Guoba!
Because remember the thing we learned about earlier?
Indeed it does. After all, Guoba is the deity you've been searching for. God of the stove.
So wait. If Guoba is a same Paimon. If Guoba is a deity, if Guoba is a god, how come they can exist still after the Archon War? Did they just, peace out during the war and then show up again later when Shanling summoned them back? Like, is it because they're just a small fragment of who they used to be? It was because the other gods all. Wait. Okay. We'll just keep going.
Guoba is a god?
Oh, you're so cute.
You asked me if a sufficiently festive atmosphere would be enough to reawaken the stove god. And my answer is this. Yes. And no.
Stove god's already awake, huh?
The stove god has always been a deity with great affection for the people, and who acts in response to their desires. To him, the heart's passions and the heart's desires are not the same thing.
Okay,
Passion
I follow.
Can be a technique, a skill, something derived from experience. But desires, they are deeper, more innate. They are the heart's strength in its purest form.
So the competition was passion,
Masterful chefs
and the
is
meal we just had was
wonderfully
desire.
exciting, but it is more an exercise of passion than of desire. And passion alone will not suffice to reawaken the stove god from his deep slumber. But just now, when Kuching ate this dish he had longed for, a deeply held desire was fulfilled. As well as receiving an answer to a question, she also gained something much more precious. A moment of poignant nostalgia so vivid, it felt like she was right there alongside her grandfather. The enormous power unleashed by the fulfillment of this desire resonated with the stove god's statue, and caused it to manifest once more the form it took in the past.
Little infinity symbol.
Of course, the stove god himself is not contained within the statue. The true stove god has been here with us all along.
I wanted to give Guoba a hug. You look so
How does
huggable.
it feel, seeing a statue of yourself from your glory days? Ah, look at him. Still so majestic.
It looks like you have a mustache.
Wait, what happened? Did Guoba used to be different from now?
Oh, yes. Back in his day, your Guoba was once the patron god of the soil.
God of the soil?
All the wisdom and power he had then, he has since surrendered to the soil itself.
Oh, interesting.
Gods surrendering their power to the soil. I have heard this turn of phrase before, but what does it mean?
And maybe that's how he was able to
kinds of
survive.
Trials and tribulations that a land can face are far more than you could imagine. Droughts, floods, torrential rain, hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, and plagues. The threat of disaster will never fully disappear from Liyue. Even woes that have never been faced before in history will come to pass in the future. Such things affect you mortals far more than we Adepti, with our immortal forms. He once walked with you over the barren plains until you arrived at last at the harbor. He joined you in building your dwellings and lighting the stoves.
Aww,
It was
Guoba.
his hand that lit the very first street lamp of Liyue and brought the aroma of cooked food into every household in the land.
Wow.
You mortals no longer remember him, but back in the age when you did, he was the closest of all the Adepti to the common folk.
So he is an Adeptus. Cutscene? Yes! Oh, the soil.
God
Wait, whoa. Marchosius? Marchosius. Oh my god.
Moonchase, god of the stove, born from a spark when stone struck stone.
Wow.
He was a god with a great love for humanity and their well-being.
Aww.
Millennia ago, the people sought to expand their city. They built a dwelling on the plains and called it the Guili Assembly. The stove god cared greatly for the people, turning himself into minions who went into every home, fostering food and solidarity alike.
Oh, look, a cat.
Alas, their home was taken by a flood. The waters ravaged the Gweli
Flood
assembly and
destroyed the Gweli
forced
assembly.
the people back south
Oh, the
to
Adepti.
Liyue Harbor.
Powder Trainer and, is that Mountain Carver?
Though the distance was not far,
Oh.
the journey was plagued by a terrible storm. For a dozen days, the Adepti stayed by their side.
Is that Ganyu?
During this time, the stove god cooked an ancient delicacy, flatbread with a meat
cornbread.
sauce to stave off the cold and damp, fit for those on the move.
Oh my god, so cute. Aww.
Centuries later, disaster and plague arose once more. The stove god would appear no longer, for he placed all of his power into the land itself to quell the calamities. His power expended, and his wits greatly reduced. Thus, his body decreased in size.
So
By the
Global
time he
might be the
parted ways
original.
with us, he wasn't even the height of a human.
So timeline-wise, you would think that, you know, if he was
no longer, for he placed all of his power into the land itself to quell
the calamities. That sort of phrasing makes me think that this was 500 years ago. But the fact that Rex Lapis is here and all his Rex Lapis glory makes me think that this actually might have been the Archon War. And that would explain how Global was able to not be killed during the Archon War if he was also a god. Though I'm a little confused if he's a god or an Adeptus. Maybe he's both.
the calamities. His power expended.
So I'm guessing
and
this
his
was
wits
Archon War
greatly
era,
reduced.
not
Thus,
500
his
years
body
ago.
decreased in size. By the time he parted ways with us, he wasn't even the height of a
Especially
human.
because what we've learned about him described him as being like
He told Rex
an
Lapis
ancient
and I
god,
the
right?
dishes that bring joy and are the secrets of the flame. Then went into the mountains and entered into a long slumber.
Oh, in the cave! Good night, Global. So he passed
The
on his
stove god
techniques.
departed, and Guoba was born. When he awoke, he ate the chili mince cornbread buns placed on the offering table by a young lady in
Young
yellow.
Shenling?
Though he did not remember the past, he was profoundly
Oh my God,
moved and
baby
decided to follow
Shenling!
this young lady thereafter. The stove god had quietly disappeared, but the vendors rose early to hawk their wares. People went out to buy goods, lit their stoves, and cooked food, just as they had done every day for as long as they could remember. In Liyue, things have always been this way.
Oh, Ishta! Also, what is that in front of the moon? It looks like a deer? Wait, what is it? It's not a horse, is it? I'm thinking of that
Things
one
have always been this way.
book we read. Looks more like a deer than a horse, but who knows? Oh, little Golba!
Nature provides, the mountains rejoice. We are blessed by heaven's good grace.
Oh, whoa. Wait. Do you see the bell? Is that Madame Ping? I was wondering who that was. Oh, Gunyu! And, oh my god, Rex Lapis. I was wondering who the bird is. Oh my god, is that Pervases? Is that Pervases over there? And there's Xiao. And then this woman here. She has the bell, which I remember that Madame Ping took care of. Is that Madame Ping? Oh my god.
Years
That
have
is
gone
lore.
by. The world has transformed.
Hi, Yanfei.
But our way of life survives.
Is that Little Hu Tao? Oh my god, Little Changyu and Little Hu Tao. And Chi-Chi, who is still little. Is that Shinyan also? And Hi Fado. Is this her battle against...
Fame and fortune is only a season. It is the moment that we should embrace.
Hi Ningguang. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that sword we have.
Past meets present. Heritage becomes legacy. Long into the future may we thrive.
Wow. Wait, that was so sweet.
Told me that dining is the profoundest of customs in the human world. To eat well is to consume vitality itself, and to drink well is to partake of the very essence of the world. It is a matter of paramount importance, you said, for people cannot face the arduous journey ahead on an empty stomach. At once a humble affair and a profound one. A humble meal of maize and spring water is also profound in that. By ensuring one's survival, it paves the way for millennia of human history and culture to come. My dear friend, Liyue has changed so much while you have slept. Looking at the prosperity and beauty around us today, does it make you happy?
Guoba, this is kind of a huge deal. Why didn't you say anything?
Guoba's gonna be like, huh?
He is not who he once was. Even the power of speech evades him now. There is no way he could have told you.
He probably can't even cook anymore, can he?
Xiangling.
Do not be saddened, Xiangling. There are two sides to everything. Guoba may have lost many of his formal faculties, but he is now as carefree as can be, without a single worry in the whole world.
You've taken good care of him.
In this world we inhabit, who can truly be said to live a life free of all woes? Those with a mind and with the knowledge will certainly be troubled by all manner of things. But he has gone further than us in his journey. He had both wisdom and courage. Everything he took upon himself, he was also ready to part with. His carefree demeanor today is a testament to the fact that he is at rest.
Oh my
So
gosh.
since you are his friend, take good care of him. Go out to walk and play. Allow him to eat, drink, and be merry.
And give him a hug, please.
You can count on me.
Oh my
Xiangling,
goodness.
You have an adeptal affinity. Guoba follows you around because he has respect for you.
And even Xiao liked your
The moment
food.
he awoke, he was met with the familiar flavor in the chili mince cornbread buns he ate. After all that time, he still recognized the dish he had invented, and he approved of you as the one who had cooked it.
That's right.
That's kind of
The
amazing.
taste of one's home cuisine always brings back memories of home. Though he remembered nothing, eating the food you had cooked gave him a feeling of familiarity. That is why he stuck by you.
You may be the first person in history to give the stove god the experience of being a satisfied customer. That makes you quite a remarkable chef.
I love Xianling's cooking too.
I couldn't be happier. Because putting a smile on customers' faces is what we chefs are called to do.
Well then, it's getting late and I still have things to do. Time for me to say goodbye.
Bye, Keqing.
Traveler, Paimon, Xiangling, thank you all very much. I look forward to spending more time together in the future.
Sounds good. We'll be waiting. You're not gonna say goodbye to
My
Guoba?
dad's probably heard the good news already, but I should still go catch up with him. Master, it's been a while since you came by. Why don't you join me? He thinks about you all the time, you know. He's always telling me to invite you over.
Oh?
Oh, goodness me. Then, far be it from me to refuse. Off we go then. Let's saunter over gently and see how all the city folk are getting along.
Her dad asks about her? Did she train him too?
Hey, what are you doing there? I should be the one handling that.
Welcome home, Guoba. Oh, bye.
No, Guoba's taken off.
Look who it is. Who is it? Oh! Oh, hello.
Oh, it's you.
Does he
Hello
recognize
there,
him
old friend.
immediately?
Oh,
Aww.
bless my soul. Are you out for a stroll as well?
Given the season, it felt fitting to take a leisurely walk while the meal is being prepared.
Quite right. And it also gave us the chance to run into you. Guoba may not recognize you, but as ever, he seems quite delighted to see you.
Oh my god.
So, Guoba doesn't remember anything, but can still feel when something's familiar?
Friendship will always withstand the ravages of time. Traveler, what do you think of the name of this festival?
Moonchase.
Evocative and
The
seasonal.
moon is a carrier of countless emotions. So many things only seem to surface as we gaze up beneath its poignant glow. Wherever the moonlight shines, the heart is wont to follow.
Okay.
Fond memories of those no longer with us. Debts of gratitude to old friends. The meaning of ages past and gone. All wrapped up in the city that has existed for so many moons to date. All
The
these
moon
things
and
more,
memory.
they are why people chase the moon.
The moon and emotion.
In old age, the sight of many things puts one in a wistful mood. But children are always a beautiful sight to see. Such exuberant life force. It seems to well up from deep within the land itself. A land that has been in existence for so many millennia, and yet one that still dazzles today.
Perhaps that is what defines
Traveler,
Liyue.
this Moonchase festival has been all the more entertaining with you here to witness it. Now, let's have Xiangling brew us a nice pot of tea. We shall drink and chat at our leisure.
Is that the end? For you to get ready, and here we go. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, oh, Xiao's appearance gets its own thing. That was really cool.
Ways with us. He wasn't even the height
Let's see.
of a
Try to put us on just like a nice, pretty shot. And we'll do this one here. The epic Guoba. There he is. Okay, so that was really nice. I got so into that cooking competition. That was really cool. I love that even though Liyue is the land of, you know, contracts and commerce and trade, it's also, I feel like, a land very associated with food. I'm remembering now, I think the first time I heard the name Liyue was in, I don't know if this was the first time, but one of the first times, definitely. In Mondstadt, we spoke to the gourmet there. Is it her who says that Liyue is called Liyue because it has both Li and Yue cuisines? Or somebody said that. And so I'm just thinking about that now because we have this whole story around cooking and food and how important food is to the people and how intertwined cuisine has been with Liyue's history. This is so cool. Liyue events are so good at talking about the history of the nation and all the trials and tribulations that the people went through and how the Adepti were there and they helped, or, you know, they were guiding the people or just acting in service to the people as they tried to find a safe home, a safe harbor, as they say. So it just makes me appreciate being able to walk around Liyue Harbor all the more, because it's like, wow, this is the modern Liyue that all these people fought so hard for. Even if it wasn't necessarily fighting, it was just fighting to stay alive. And so, you know, food is so important to that, obviously, and I just love that Guoba gets the recognition that he deserves. Man, this whole time I was just watching Guoba wander around and being like, oh, they're so cute. I love Guoba. And I just completely was not thinking about, they're really putting a lot of attention on Guoba in this event. As we're trying to figure out who the stove god was. Oh, but speaking of the stove god thing, that part where in Guoba's backstory, Madame Ping mentioned that they passed on all of the techniques and wisdom to Madame Ping, interesting, and to Rex Lapis. At one point, didn't they say that Rex Lapis was considered the stove god, perhaps? So maybe that's how that happened. They were trying to figure out if the stove god was Rex Lapis or not, because he's been called that in the past, and maybe he was called that because he inherited the stove god's techniques. That could explain that little discrepancy, which is really cool that they managed to wrap up something that was mentioned, like, over here. Way over here. That's pretty neat. Anyways, fun event. It is interesting to me that it's called the Moonchase Festival, because I believe the explanation they gave at some point in here was that there were a bunch of different festivals, one of which was the Stove God Festival, and they were all subsumed into the Moonchase Festival. And I guess what Zhongli was trying to say at the end there was that the Moonchase Festival really means remembering the past and old friends and debts of gratitude in the, like, as you are appreciating the present and everything you've accomplished. And that's kind of what this cutscene was also talking about, how we take our traditions on to the future. You have to remember the past to carry forth those traditions on into the future. So anyways, very poetic. I'm always a big fan of the moon, so something named after the moon I am down for, of course. And yeah, that was fun. I think those are all my thoughts for now. Wow, what a sweet little event. Whoa, but man, I want to give him a hug. He's so cute. Okay, that's all from me. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this event and this reaction. These past events are so good. I'm so glad that people have uploaded them for us to watch, so thank you to this person who uploaded it. And, I hope to see you all in the next one. I want to thank our Patreon supporters, Jay Blakewood, Conosard, Power of Chaos, Mary, Edu, Gibrilia, and some anonymous patrons. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!